Joining us now here on the Rich Eisen Show, getting set for Monday Night Football. We have to be fair and balanced. We had Baker Mayfield on the show earlier. Now, from the Philadelphia Eagles, we're trying to one-and-done Tampa on the final game of Super Wildcard Weekend. Pro Bowler and All-Pro Lane Johnson from the offensive line of the Philadelphia Eagles joining us here on the Rich Eisen Show. How you doing, Lane?
Doing good. Back to work tomorrow and start getting ready for Tampa.
Fantastic. Let's just jump into some good stuff right off the bat here. I saw on Wednesday that the second annual All-Players All-Pro list came out, where players for the NFLPA vote on their peers for All-Pro rankings, and you were the right tackle from your peers. Did you see that, Lane?
Yes. I was told earlier today, I'm honored and humbled. It's a prestigious honor, and, it's my 11th year in. So, they're not easy to come by.
I was about to ask you what that meant for, this is peers. It's not just us in the paparazzi saying it. It's your peers saying it.
Yeah. Your opponents, I feel like, know best. We have tremendous matchups every week. We get to watch a lot of tape of our, the guys that we're competing against. So, I think it's pretty cool. They started this a couple years ago. Not sure why I wasn't thought of sooner, but Either way, very, very unique.
There you go. And I saw Kelce too. He got that run from your offensive line. Two Cowboys too on that offensive line. I saw that.
Yeah,
but two Eagles. You Kelce.
Yeah. Yeah. He's just a guy that just keeps aging like fine wine. Zach Martin as well, and Tyler Smith has really came into his own. But yeah, just over the years, when you look across the NFL, those guys have been doing it for a long time at the highest level.
What's your favorite Jason Kelce story, Lane? Give it to me. What do you got? I know it's vast. But what do you have?
I'm trying to think. Whenever one time, I think I told this story before, but one time we were doing a walkthrough in the indoor, and I hit his helmet, and they blew it for us to go to a team period, and he spent like 5 minutes finding his helmet. I did a pretty good job of hiding it.
Where'd you hide it? What happened?
I hid it under one of the trash cans. So we use the trash cans for during OTA periods when you can't go against somebody. So I hid it underneath one of those, and it took me a while to find it. Long story short, he charged me. He saw I was laughing. He tried to kick me, not a good area. And I blocked it with my kneecap. And this is whenever Chip was there, and he was going, what the heck's going on? And anyways, I think Kelce after practice went to go get an MRI on his foot because he kicked me so hard.
Oh my God.
So it was just it was a quick 30 seconds, and everybody's going, what just happened? So. But that was my rookie year. So
you're a rookie. You did that your rookie year to Jason Kelce.
Yeah, I was a goofy. Not saying I'm not goofy now, but I was a lot more wild, I guess, back then than what I am now.
All right, very good. Lane Johnson here on the Rich Eisen Show in advance of what's going on between the Bucs and the Eagles on Monday Night Football. Let me just jump into the current state of affairs of the Philadelphia Eagles. I am sure you are hearing it maybe when you're walking out and about. Eagles fans are freaked out right now, Lane. What do you say to them right now?
Yeah, there's not a whole lot to say. I think the results speak louder than, anything I can say. But I think moving forward, we need to get back or at least look at, what have we done that has been successful, what has worked and what hasn't worked. And, and have a good game plan for going against this defense. They do a lot of different disguises, coverages, blitzes. They have a great D line. So we knew that coming in earlier in the year.
But what has been different in the last 2 months that the first 2 months we didn't really see?
Yeah, I felt like maybe early in the year, even though we've won games, we just felt like we were never at a consistency to where we were doing it. It felt like we always had more in the tank. There wasn't a game that you looked at and be like, wow, the Eagles have kind of maximized what they've done. So, I think moving forward, get back to, I think the run game. I feel like earlier in the year, if you get started early in the game with a run game, it's a lot more. You have a lot more confidence staying with it throughout the game. So I think those are some of the key pieces. Like when we have been successful, we've done these things early and not waited till the second half.
What's your role in the locker room to affect this positive flip of a switch, Lane? What do you do?
Yeah, well, I feel like there has to be a plan, and so you have to work on your deficiencies. I feel like that's what practice is for. So, where am I deficient as a player on the field, in the classroom, in the weight room, and go about that routine and stick with it. And then during the week, I think it's all about communication. With the coaches, going into the game plan together and knowing it wholeheartedly and playing fast and not thinking a whole bunch, but, playing fast and reacting.
What is Coach Sirianni saying that you're willing to share behind the scenes?
Yeah, I mean, as bad as it's been, this is do or die crunch time. And, when the pressure's on, hopefully, we fight a little bit harder and our will's a little bit stronger than what it has been, this past month and a half.
And, again, I don't want you to, I know this question might make it sound like I'm calling out your OC here, but the general sense, Lane, is that the team misses Shane Steichen on the offensive side of the football. How do you respond to that?
Yeah, I mean, when you look at last year, I feel like obviously this year's the schedule has been tougher. But I think collectively, when you go into a week, there's so many different coaches that are in on the game plan on the offensive side of the ball, and there's so much that goes into it. And so, maybe they make Brian the scapegoat, but collectively, when you look at a team, there's a lot of parts in it during the week. We get to see a fraction of it on Sundays, but there's a lot of people that are involved, including myself. So we know that going forward, and how do we fix it? We got to work together. Have no division whatsoever. If anything, when the pressure's on, we unify and play better as one. So, we have a week to do it. That's what the playoffs are for. So, it's time to play or go home.
Yeah, I know. It's not as if the locker room lacks people who have the experience and lacks talent. I mean, honestly, you take a look around that offensive line. Obviously, we just mentioned you and Kelce and the rest of that offensive line, and Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith and, again, Julio Jones and obviously Goddard and Swift. And I could go on and on here, and some of them are nursing injuries, but it's there. It's in the locker room, right? I mean, is that – Am I wrong here?
Yeah, I feel the talent's there. I mean, when you look at, last year, even, how we played earlier in the year, the talent's there. But, as the season goes on, injuries do happen, circumstances happen. But, the losses that we've had, besides a few of them, were pretty close or to the end. So, like I said, when you develop a routine and you got to stay consistent throughout the year, we need to do a little bit better job with that. So that means, being better in practice, being better, in our day-to-day. Like I said, the end result on game day is just, what your habits are during the week. So, like I said, this should have been done earlier, but, I have to do a deep dive on, what we're doing wrong, what we're doing well, and come together to fix it. And so, these past few weeks, we haven't done that, but beauty of it is that we have a chance. We played ourselves into the playoffs, and this is what it's for.
A few minutes left with Lane Johnson right here from the Philadelphia Eagles in advance of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Monday night Super Wild Card weekend finale. The brotherly shove play. What is your role in it? You're kind of on the outside here, Lane, right? I mean, are you not?
Yeah. I approach it head on, as you can see.
Sure.
I mean, it's a lot. It's one of these plays. It's 3rd and 1. I know it's coming, but we've been really successful at it. I've done it throughout my career where we haven't been as successful, but I think a lot of it starts with how low our center gets, and then especially the left side, just how big they are. They usually tend to go towards the left, so I think they do a good job of playing it with great technique. But like I said, there is parts of it, where you're pushing the pile. They compare it to rugby. So, I see where it does put the defense in a hard situation.
Well, I love some of the plays that you're now running off of it. And I did talk, I talked to Kelce about it a few weeks ago, and he basically said part of the benefit is that you have more live game snaps at it than most teams might have combined practice reps at it. Like you've done it, multiple times, obviously, over and over again. What is the furthest distance to the line of the game do you think you could run that play successfully?
I mean, I'm pretty sure we've ran it 4th and 2. I mean, I would say 4th and 3 would be pushing it. It'd be tough, but maybe we could get it. But hopefully we don't have to get to that point.
Well, I'm just asking that because if you can average 3 yards, if you can average 3 yards.
No, the math adds up. So,
I mean, just average 3. Maybe you could that's the play you should run over and over again.
Nobody has to get into the NFL concussion protocol.
I shouldn't laugh. I know, but I don't know. Maybe you would definitely freak the Buccaneers out if you just kept on running it over and over and over again, Lane.
Yeah, they also have Vita Vea inside too. So
I forgot about that one.
Yeah,
that's not your problem.
There's definitely some people in there trying to stop it. I guarantee.
That's Kelce's problem. That's not your problem, Lane.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, really, when you look at what Jordan and I are doing, we're cutting off the backside end, and we kind of go over the top. There's like 3 different levels. Yeah. Kelce, the other guys, and then I'm usually towards the top.
Exactly. Kelce's the one who's got to go low on Vita Vea. He'd probably want you to hide his helmet on him.
Yeah. I mean, he's scraping his nose across the blades of the grass.
Well, Lane, I appreciate you taking the time here in advance of this big game, and good luck to you. I hope you guys find that switch and flip it and, find what you did in last year's playoffs for you.
Yep. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You bet. 2-time first-team All-Pro Lane Johnson and current All-Pro from his peers for the Philadelphia Eagles offensive line here on The Rich Eisen Show. Catch The Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.